Into game number 2, the girls Division II championship here in the Sac-Joaquin section. We just watched Bradshaw Christian win their first Division IV title with a 50-40 victory over Bear River. Now we go on to Division II, where the powerhouse, number 1 seed, Sacramento Lady Dragons, take on their Metro Conference rival, the Florin Panthers. We're coming to this game with a 22-8 record. Joey Gonzalez alongside T.C. Wardell for this Division II matchup in the Sac-Joaquin section. And Joey, these two teams know each other probably as well as any two teams in this entire tournament.
Absolutely. You like it when two league rivals are able to mate for a section championship. This is the first of 2 league rivalries going on today. Later on in Division I, we'll have another league rivalry. But absolutely, the 2 of the top teams out of the Metro Conference or the Metro League should be an exciting game. Sacramento obviously going for another championship. Florin trying to win their first ever. They've been in 2 finals, but haven't been back here since the 96-97 season. So it's going to be a fun one here for Florin.
It was a 9th consecutive trip to the section finals for the Sacramento Lady Dragons, but it's their first in Division II. They've won Division titles in Division III titles in 2011 and 2012. They move up. They're a powerhouse, and they have such incredible depth and balance on this team. Size, strength, speed, and they've got a roster the size of both 8-man football teams. It's amazing how many players they have on this program. Also, to their credit, they're not only on an 11-game win streak, they have 90, and that's 9-0, folks, consecutive Metro League victories. So this is a team that's not used to losing. They know how to win, and they're used to being in a venue like this.
No, absolutely. They're in here, as you said, every single year. So it's going to be interesting to see how Florin is able to come out and approach that. If they're going to be able to match the intensity here that Sacramento likes to play with. I think the familiarity of the opponent is going to kind of play into settling them down, settling Florin. But, you know, anytime you get in here in an NBA arena, in an NBA gym, it gets very exciting. And so you wonder how a young team and an inexperienced team is going to handle the nerves and the big game experience.
You know, it's interesting with Florin. They've really been on a tear in the postseason, coming in as the number 6 seed. They have upsets over number 3 Grigori and number 2 seed McNair, and they're beating McNair in the semifinals 44-41, where Sellers was a leading scorer in Conger, both with 12 points apiece. But this is a team that struggled against Sacramento during the regular season with losses both times the 2 teams have met. And the question really becomes one, is third time a charm for Florin? Can the Panthers break that streak and beat this powerhouse Sacramento program?
Absolutely. I mean, we'll talk about the meetings here. The first meeting was a lot closer here for Florin, 63-54 Sacramento. Deja Joe Smith goes for 28. The second meeting, Sacramento did a much better job of keeping Joe Smith in check. They only allowed her to go for 5, and hence Sacramento won that one going away 54-38, but obviously the stakes are a lot higher here, and so opportunities for Florin, as you said, you know, we're going to see whether or not the third time's a charm here for the Panthers.
Well, it's going to be an uphill climb against this tough Sacramento Ladies Dragons team. As we go through the introductions for both teams here, give you a little recap on what's gone on yesterday as well as early today. Division V girls, Brookside Christian in a dominating performance. Joey Gonzalez making the call on that one. 72-28 over Capital Christian to win the Division V crown. Then we get the flip side in the Division V boys division, as yesterday Capital Christian in a nail-biter come through 40-39 against Brookside Christian's boys to win the Division V title. Late in the day, Division III girls, Christian Brothers with an exciting 61-56 victory over Vanden. And in the nightcap yesterday, the Division III boys, Modesto Christian comes through in the 4th quarter in a big way to defeat Sierra. And early this morning, the first game of our 6-pack of games here from the Sierra Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. The Division IV girls, Bradshaw Christian with their first Division IV title with a 50-40 victory over Bear River. And that brings us to game number 2 today, where the Sacramento Lady Dragons, their 9th consecutive trip to the section finals, will take on their Metro League rival, Florin. And Florin, if I'm correct, finished in a tie for 3rd in the Metro Conference with a 9-5 league record.
Yeah, they did. because of the overall record, they finished, if you want to look at it statistic-wise, kind of fourth. So somewhat of an upstart team coming in. But as you said it, they were able to knock off the number 2 seed McNair. They're the lowest seeded team still alive here in the section playoffs. No other team is ranked any or seeded any lower than 4 throughout the remaining of the championship games, or throughout the section finals, I should say. So Florin coming up, trying to play Cinderella here, and they're going to have to knock off a big powerhouse and a traditional winner like Sacramento. So a big job ahead here for the Florin Panthers.
No question about it. They're going to need to draw lightning from a bottle to beat this big team, as both teams approach center court. And most notably is Sacramento's big center, 6'4", Ayanna Edwards, just a junior, who is a force down low. She's going to be hearing her name a lot in the paint today.
Absolutely. Joey Gonzalez getting ready to set here to go as a tip-off. Won by, actually, Florin's going to go ahead and get the tip-off. And Sacramento with the steal, and right away an early foul here for Florin. It'll put Sacramento inbounding, and that foul is going to go against number 20. That is Joe Smith, and Joe Smith had some foul trouble in the last game against McNair. Sacramento Florin able to withstand that foul trouble. Here's a 3 opportunity put up first there by Hernandez. No good. Rebound to Florin. And allow my partner here to get his equipment going. We'll go ahead and keep you here with the play-by-play. Sacramento doing a great job of just pushing, keeping Florin out on the perimeter, not allowing to get inside, but there's an opportunity there for the Panthers. Missed shot, though. Goes back to Sacramento.
And back on the air, thank you, Joey Gonzalez, the voice of Prep Sports in Sacramento. TC Wardell here alongside the great Joey Gonzalez here for the Division II Sac-Joaquin Section Championship. Sacramento and Florin, as Sacramento's three-point attempt goes astray, and here comes the Florin on the break. Quick up with the layup, no good. Rebound Edwards for Sacramento. And both teams really running the court early. Shooting inside on the layup. Beautiful shot by Kaya Durr. And it gives Sacramento a quick 2-0 lead.
Yeah, look for Durr to find her shot and try to get Sacramento up and ahead early on.
And quick underneath, Florin will take the ball. 6:34 left to go in the first period. Just underway here in the Sac-Joaquin Section Division II Girls Championship. Full court press. Finally broken by Florin. Sacramento is going to be doing that and that kind of pressure all game long.
A lot of the teams here in the section do a great job. The better teams do a great job of showing the press, TC.
And trying to work inside this tough zone defense by Sacramento, looking to go to the baseline. Can't get there. Stopped and traveling called against Florin. Going to turn the ball back over to Sacramento High. Boy, Florin having all kinds of trouble offensively right
Absolutely, now. Yeah. You wonder if some of it is pregame, is early game jitters. So Florin's going to have to withstand the situation here for Sacramento. Try to keep the game close as they get comfortable with the game.
Cormier brings the ball down. They're going to try to work inside Edwards. Edwards, the big 6'4", big hook, no good. Misses iron. Rebound Florin. And Florin will slow it up to set up. And I got to believe Florin wants to slow the ball game down just a little bit against this Sacramento speed.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go ahead and try to rush a game, especially when someone's pressing, full court pressing you. You want to slow things down and use the pass to break the press.
And an early timeout called by Florin. They want to talk this over. 5:42 left to go in the first quarter. It's early here in the first period. Sac 2, Florin nothing.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Yeah, it's trivia time here at playonsports.com. Joey Gonzalez, did you know that established in 1856, Sacramento High is the second oldest high school west of the Mississippi.
I had no idea. I knew it was the oldest school in Sacramento, and obviously coming in, Sacramento's kind of made this a home gym. They're wearing their home white and purple colors, same colors as the Sacramento Kings, and you see those colors out on the floor. But yeah, it's had a long storied tradition here in Sacramento.
A little bit of education here we can mix in with our broadcast. Hoping to help out everyone out in listener land.
Yeah, I'm going to use that to the next party.
You won't be too popular then. Still a 2-0 early Sacramento High lead over Florin. Florin with the ball inbounding. Working hard to get that in. That's going to be tough, and it may go over to the Sacramento, and it does. That was a difficult inbound pass and well covered on the play by Zonia Cormier.
Yeah, Cormier doing a good job of just forcing the inbounder out of bounds.
And now on the attack is Sacramento, 2-point lead, 5:26 left to go in the first quarter. And working back down the baseline, can't get a ball up, but I think there's going to be a foul called against Florin as Durr try to run the baseline, and we'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, opportunity here for Kaya Durr. And Jackson picking up the first foul there for the Panthers. And one of the things here that Sacramento does is they put teams in pressure situations, get the early fouls, try to get to the line early, and it causes problems there, wreaks havoc for Sacramento opponents late in the game.
Well, Kaya Durr, also a Metro Conference MVP in volleyball, looking to do a double take here in basketball. Misses the second end of her free throws, 3-0 Sac lead. As Florin works to get the ball across the stripe, and no, is tipped, and Florin catches a break on a difficult pass out to the wing, and they'll retain possession at the midcourt line.
You know, I think right here early on is going to be an opportunity here for Florin to try to get into this one as they work themselves around. Sacramento not doing a good, not really forcing the pressure here, so they've found some openings. It's whether or not they can convert these shots.
They're going to go inside against Edwards. Edwards throws that one away. You keep out of my kitchen.
Edwards kind of picked up the nickname of Little Shaq for not only her defensive prowess, but also her demeanor. Very fun.
And her second block right there, and showing some tightrope work by keeping that ball in bounds.
Nice heady play there by Edwards.
Cormier brings the ball down. Now ball with Garola. Swinging outside to Green. And that but a dangerous pass, but able to be recovered by Hernandez, the freshman. Edwards goes in. Nice pass inside to Durr. And well played by Edwards on the assist.
And you can see here early by Edwards, obviously they're trying to feed the post, but Edwards doing a good job. As soon as she's double teamed, she's looking for that pass out of the double team.
Smart play by the junior. And now Florin having all kinds of trouble getting the ball across the timeline. Finally do. Long outside shot, no good. Edwards pulls down the board. And again, here comes the Lady Dragons on the offensive attack. Swing outside, three-point attempt. Up good, Cormier. And Florin better be careful. It's an 8-0 Sacramento lead.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it, TC. Sacramento going to start slowly and surely, going to work themselves into this game, and Florin's going to have to do a good job of getting some points here on the board early.
Nice job on the press. I'm going to try to go inside against Edwards, and no good. Edwards pulls down another board.
Yeah, it looked to me, Andrea Butler going wide open layup, but you have to convert those wide open shots, TC, especially if you want to try to knock off the defending champion here in Sacramento.
Well, Sacramento was about to bring in 3 new players. As we talked about the balance and depth of this team, they've got a roster of 19 players, and they're interchangeable. Timeout on the court with Sacramento High leading 8-0, 3:36, Joey. Your thoughts at this early juncture of the game?
Well, it's interesting. You talked about the depth here of Sacramento. They used to have a short roster. They used to, going back early on, when I first saw Sacramento and Coach Masseri's team, she only had a roster of about 7, 8 deep. So obviously Sacramento the past few years, as the program has continued to grow, have been able to get more players and expand that depth. Not only that, taking a look at them also, they're a young team. Only 3 seniors listed on the roster. None of them a starter. Actually, only Allie Green's the only senior starter. So Sacramento, they just replenish, essentially, is what they do here for the Dragons. And that's why they keep the winning streak alive here in the section.
90 consecutive league victories. I don't think that is unprecedented. This time, Florin's able to play some strong defense and get the ball back on the turnover.
Yeah, doing a good job of collapsing there around the middle. Looked to me that Rihanna Jackson took a hand to the nose.
And a three-pointer by Florin finally gets them on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
that's Sellers, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were saying Jakara Sellers doing a good job, and this is what Florin's going to have to do is settle in.
Working against that 2-3 zone. Ball's up the high post. They're going to try another three-point attempt. In and out, no good. Rebound going to Florin. And they'll go down to the right wing to push it, but quickly back on defense is Sacramento.
Yeah, Florin a little slow getting up the floor, and what you're going to have to do if you're Florin is going to have to try to push it, beat that Sacramento transition D.
And a foul going to be called on Brianna Garrett at the baseline. That's her first, team second. Still an 8-3 Sacramento high lead, 2:42 left to go in the first quarter. And it's Florin living on basically one shot for their points here in the first period. Struggling to find their flow on offense.
Yeah, early, so Florin's only been able to attempt 7 shots, but Sacramento not that much further ahead. Sacramento's 3 of 7 early on, while Florin only 1 of 7.
Still low scoring, deep shot, missed again, high bank. They're putting up some desperation stuff early. And Sacramento and Allie Green, Pepperdine bound Allie Green, went to that cup, and look at that three-pointer. Elena Myers, who's coming into the game, a 5'6" freshman, drills a three, and now it's an 11-3 Sacramento advantage.
Not a bad start. You come right into the game at the whistle, knock down your first shot. Good opportunity, some great confidence there in Sacramento.
As Edwards pulls down another rebound. Florin has got to be careful. They don't get run off the court here. A beautiful inbound pass. They're going to call it off, and traveling. But give credit to the pass by the freshman, Alana Myers. Threaded the needle inside the key. And
that's great court vision, you can tell. Able to run the floor when you're able to thread the needle like that and get your ball inside. Great job running the point.
That's a freshman, folks. I apologize to the rest of the Metro Conference. She's going to be around for another 3 years. So Florin trying to find some answer on offense. Having trouble. They're bringing the ball up and running into their own players, and now a traveling call against Florin. That's Conger.
Yeah, some poor spacing there for the Panthers, and what they were trying to do is set a pick there, but unable to get the pick, and running into your own players will force some turnovers.
So Sac with the ball again on offense. They'll work the exterior until they find an opportunity inside. Look at that pass, a dangerous one, but picked up by Edwards in the key. Edwards uses the body, throws him up a prayer. Rebound, Florin. As Conger gets the ball, and she's had some trouble with ball handling, picks up her dribble. And they need to be careful with these passes. Now that one's on a three-point line. No good. Rebound back to Florin. Going to go up against Edwards. Puts it up. No good. Rebound going to Durr.
Yeah, I like that effort there on the board there by Sampton. Going strong, going hard to the glass, but unable to finish on the putback.
Looking to get that one inside. Nice defense. Blocks it away. Gets the turnover for Florin. As they give it to Conger to set up the offense. 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Sac up 11-3 over Florin in this Division II Girls Championship game.
Yeah, I say Sacramento's giving Florin some opportunities. I mean, obviously they're playing some tough defense, but without able to put up more numbers here on the board, Sacramento, there's a short opening here for Florin.
Florin still struggling offensively, but they're able to retain possession here at their baseline. 36 seconds left to go in the first period. 8-point Sacramento high advantage as they set up the inbound play for Florin, and they're into the court. As Edwards goes out of the game, and back in for Sacramento with Brianna Garrett. Working to get it in, bad pass inside, great save at Florin's able to get the pass up, and they can't get the second shot, they can't get the third. Florin still fighting for the rebound, and finally Durr comes up with it, and they start running down court. Cormier going to throw one up, no good, but bailed out on the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, missed opportunity there on the other opposite baseline there for Florin. Conger found the open player. Scary, scary situation, though, when you're trying to inbound right underneath the backboard. You don't have a lot of space to inbound, and obviously there you, in fact, the turnover. Had some opportunities, but you're going to have to convert on those shots when they're that close to the bucket.
especially against the Sacramento team. You cannot leave points off the board off free throws and an easy buckets. First shot by Cormier, no good. Still an 11-3 Sacramento High lead over Florin. 22 seconds remaining in this first period. Division II title on the line. This is the first Division II title attempt by Sacramento. They've won multiple other titles in the Division III ranks.
Yeah, dominated Division III before. It was going back and forth between them and St. Mary's. Those were some great battles back then.
Durr with the steal over to Cormier. Cormier blocked. 4 seconds left in the quarter. Congress have to get this one off. Someone's going to have to get it off, and they don't in time. And Sacramento High in a dominating first period performance with an 11-3 lead over Florin in this Division II Sac-Joaquin Section Championship game. You're listening live on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Going to keep an eye on Florin's foul issues. Right now, no problem, truly, but with their limited roster and with Lady Dragons' extensive roster, foul trouble in the second half could be a factor in this ball game. But Florin needs to do two things, Joanne. Well, first of all, they need to score and take advantage of the point opportunities on offense. They have got to find a way to stop Sacramento's running game and transition offense.
Absolutely, it's transition defense. Got to get back fast defensively. Florin has had their opportunities but can't convert as they're taking advantage of a scrambling Sacramento defense. Have had shots at the basket. In fact, have put up more attempts already so far in that first quarter than Sacramento, 13 attempts to 10, but have only made one, and that was that three-pointer there early by Sellers.
So we open the second quarter with an 11-3 Sacramento lead in the Division II title matchup. Sac will have the ball, and with a new point guard, Andrea Butler, another freshman, coming in the game. They just reload at every position here. They go about 10 to 12 deep on the bench. As Durr with the ball now setting up the offense. Back to the freshman, back to the wing. This time, nice play inside to Edwards. Edwards loses the ball in the paint, and Florin gets advantage and takes the steal.
Got to give credit to Florin doing a good job collapsing around Edwards, making it difficult for her to see those passing lanes out of the double team.
Sellers with the ball now for Florin, and she is harassed, and finally foul called against Allie Green.
Yeah, Green maybe a little over aggressive there.
Green missed her junior year with a knee injury, and is a Pepperdine commit. She'll be playing for the Waves next year. As Conger now looking to find a way around the left side, held back. Looks at the post, fires it backward. Dangerous pass across the court, but picked up by Sellers. Sellers yo-yoing up and down. She's looking to go baseline, but she finds inside play. Turn around, there's Edwards there. He's going to alter that shot, and did.
Yeah.
And rebound back to Sacramento.
You see Edwards coming around right at you. You're going to have to get that shot up high. You're not going to have the opening that you thought you had before.
Her presence alone causes fits for any type of offense. And Sacramento looks to set up their half-court offense. Up high to Edwards. That's a little too high for the 6'4", and she's letting her guard know about it.
There was that opportunity, a split-second opportunity where the defense had sagged off of Edwards, and she was calling for the ball. But what Florin's been doing so far is they've been playing with that 2-3 zone, been able to keep two players right around Edwards and make it difficult to get those post-entry passes.
Well, I wouldn't want to get Ayanna Edwards upset at me. I make sure my pass is the best as possible. Again, Edwards with the rebound, alters another shot, forces it up high. And Florin with only one bucket so far at the 6:20 mark of the second quarter. Sacramento so far dominating this game on both sides of the court.
They're looking for their first points here of the second quarter, and Coach Masseri unhappy with the stagnant ball movement here in Sacramento. It looked like it took them a while to figure out what offense they were going to get into.
It's funny, some of the players had said throughout the season that Coach Masseri is kind of crazy. Even when we're winning by 10, 20, 30, she is out screaming at us. She's yelling at us. She's getting in our grill because we're not doing the fundamentals right. We're getting lazy. We're just not hustling. And she's like, you know what? from beginning to end if she wants her players going all out.
TC having the opportunity of seeing Sacramento so many times here at this section level, the championship level here at Sleep Train. You get used to Coach Masseri and how intense she is. But obviously, Coach says that intense, the team tries to pick that up and will play with that intensity.
Well, they've definitely bought into her program. The 9 consecutive trips to the section championship. Green with an outside shot. It's a three-pointer. Good. And Sac extends their lead to 14-3. Yikes, the Waves have got themselves a tremendous basketball player coming their way to Malibu next year. As Conger trying to find some opening for Florin. And looking for someone to throw the ball to. They got to get more movement on offense.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing, TC. Very stagnant.
That's a drive in. That one just kind of fell in. And finally the second bucket for Florin.
And that's who's going to have to get going here for the Panthers is Joe Smith. She's going to have to get more aggressive here offensively if Florin's going to have a chance.
And there's your double team, Joanne Edwards, and that one causes another turnover. Conger, not sure what she's doing. She drives in and then pushes back out again. And again, there's not a lot of rotation or movement. Has a ball down to the key and then push back out to Conger. Conger goes into the key herself, takes a hit in the face, and will be fouled on the shot and go to the line to put up 2.
I really got to say here right now, and that I like that possession for Florin. They were very patient, let the shot clock get down to 12 seconds, looking for an opening, and I think and that's one of the reasons why Conger is now at the line with an opportunity for 2 here.
One of the difficult things about some of these teams that have jerseys that are almost as dark as their numbers as Conger hits the front end is it's difficult for me to tell who's on the floor at one time or another.
You know my pain that I was dealing with in calling with Vanden yesterday. A great game, but unfortunately Vanden, it was difficult to see from our vantage point who was who at times.
Lincoln High School in San Diego has the same issue. They have dark green jerseys and forest green numbers. So you just make your best guess. Green swings it back up to the top. Cormier back to Green, 2-man game here. They're looking to go into the middle. Edwards stays at the top of the key. 3-point attempt again, no good. Edwards tips this one back out, but it goes to the other side of the court, and it'll be a backcourt violation against Sacramento, and that's not pleasing the Dragons fans.
Well, I think Coach Masseri is arguing there is that there was no possession. They did not get the rebound. All Edwards did was back tap it out, and so should not be a possession. And therein, I mean, that's what the argument is there. Did not like the call there from Coach Masseri, absolutely not liking that call.
Benefit goes to Florin as going to baseline with a high dribble. Off the iron, no good. Edwards may have tipped this one out. She does, and Florin will retain possession underneath their own basket.
Yeah, Sampton has had some opportunities at the basket, has had her looks, but cannot convert. She's going to have to start converting here, these easy looks here for Florin.
They're trapping in the corners, and they get out of that trap. They get the steal. Cormier on the drive, 1-on-2. She's going to take it up herself and score it. Cormier not afraid to go against 2 players, and now it's a 16-7 Sacramento High lead.
Yeah, Sac High is starting to push things ahead and put some distance in here between them and the Panthers.
4:17 left to go in the second period. 9-point lead is a wild shot, goes up off the glass for Florin. I didn't see who it was, Joey. But
it was Sampton. Sampton, it was a wild shot, but I got to give her credit for showing patience there, not going straight up. With the fake there on Edwards, allowed herself to get some space and throw up that crazy right-hander.
Green this time off the mark for the 3-point attempt. Rebound Florin. 1-on-1 going up. Shoots with the right hand and good. And here come the Lady Panthers. Trailing 16-11 now with 3:42 left to go until the half.
Great job there by Joe Smith. Force the defender to make a decision, either play you straight up or foul you.
Edwards inside. Double team still goes up with it. No, nothing going for there. Colvin with the rebound, and Florin back on the move again on offense.
Opportunity right here for Florin. They've got some momentum. Looking to close the gap.
And looking to drive this time on the side. Rebound. Colvin almost came up with it, but it'll be Sacramento ball. Alicia Hernandez, talented freshman. Thinks about it, goes into the key, flips out to Green. Green for 3. Off the iron again, rebound to Durr. Durr goes up with it, no shot, but it fouled on her way up.
Kaya Durr right underneath the basket to bring down that open to bring down that rebound and doing the smart thing. She was wide open, going straight up with it. But I want to go back to Allie Green I love her stroke. Really brings the ball back, gets that elbow straight out, and has such a nice arc there on that jump shot.
Durer hits the front end. That's one other thing Sacramento has been outstanding at so far this afternoon is they are hitting their free throws, something we've seen other teams struggle with in these championship matches. 17-11, Sacramento with the lead in this Division II championship game. 3:01 left to go until the break as Durer puts up her second offering from the charity stripe. And perfect as usual.
Yeah, Kaya Durer shooting 3 of 4 from the line. So good job at the line so far for Durer.
And only a junior as Conger drives the lane, puts up a tough shot. They'll be able to picked up by her own player, but rebounded Hernandez. But now it's everybody on the floor, and Florin now comes up with it. And a layup, no good, uncontested. But a second shot attempt falls short, but a foul on the shot. Boy, that was a wild series of put-ups.
Yeah, wild. As you said, it was really difficult there. Jackson, in fact, it was Jackson who put up a hurried shot, and that's why it just drew the back of the glass. It come right back at her. But smart job by Jackson to go up strong with it to try to draw a foul here on Sacramento.
I'm glad I have you here because I have such difficulty trying to figure out numbers, and I know you've seen these girls play a number of times this season.
I got to admit, I cheated a little bit. I was able to see up here on the Jumbotron who was up at the line.
Well, now I'm going to go take your word for it and do the same thing. Perfect. Neither free throw falls, and Florin now on the interception. Conger 3-on-1. Going to take it up herself and puts it, and no, a charging call against Conger. Her first shot that goes in, and it's no good because they're going to catch her for charging. Good job by that Sacramento defense to get back.
Yeah, absolutely. Conger on a 2-on-1 situation. She had the trailer. She had a man open alongside of her. That was Joe Smith, who she probably could have dumped it off to. Conger decided to stay with it and picking up the charge. So tough call there tough decision to make there for Conger.
2:24 left to go until halftime. Green brings the ball up for Sacramento. She leans one up, no good. Still on the floor is Green. And back in transition come Florin. They're going to slow it up to set their half-court offense.
Yeah, some fancy footwork there, using the cone drill and get around the defenders.
Baseline reverse layup, no good.
Yeah, Sampton has had a number of opportunities, but in fact, she's put up 8 shots, only converted 1 so far. Many of those coming right at the rim.
Durer fires one inside off balance, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds and will go to Florin. And the game's getting a little bit sloppy right just at this juncture as Cormier comes back into the game for Green. Sacramento is still with a 7-point lead. Florin still keeping tight.
Yeah, you said it, TC. Sacramento kind of giving a little bit of window opportunity here for Florin. Florin just cannot take advantage of that opportunity.
Interesting man-to-man defense. Turnaround and fouled on the shot. Doesn't fall. But nobody dropped back to help on that one. It was and forced a one-on-one.
Yeah, and I gotta give credit there to Sampton, forcing Garrett to foul her. Garrett holding strong, and Sampton for Florin just pushing it, going as deep as far as she could, and forcing Sacramento to foul in that situation.
Now Florin wants to call a timeout to talk it over. 1:37 left to go until halftime in this Division II section championship game. It is Sacramento 18, Florin 11.
We'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. And TC, in a couple of weekends, we'll have the regional finals where the North teams decide who's going to be playing for the state championship. South teams will be doing the same. That's when it's always fun, the section championships, but you really see a lot of great basketball in those regionals.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. You'll be covering the northern section up here. I'll be down south covering the Southern California section, somewhere we may possibly meet again during the finals, as free throw attempt by Sampton is no good, and Florin still struggling a bit from the line.
Yeah, you said it, Sampton herself, 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 1 from the line. She's going to have to get herself going here if Florin's going to have a chance.
Her push shot, no good. Edwards loses the ball, but Hernandez is there to pick it up. 1:33 left to go until halftime. 18-11, Sacramento High with the lead. As Durr gets it underneath the defense, puts one up, and no good, and Durr still on the deck, and she may have taken a forearm to the face.
Yeah, I missed the foul, missed who the foul was on, but good job by Kaya Durr of putting pressure here on Florin, forcing them to foul her. Took the ball right in the key. Nice spin move inside and went up strong. Did not convert, but she is at the line where she's been very good tonight. In fact, looking at Kaya Durr, 2 of 3, I'm sorry, 3 of 4 already from the line.
Not the person you want to put at the line. There's just a junior. She'll be back. In fact, Sacramento is bringing so many talented players back next season. I'm not sure it's even fair.
There's that old adage where Sacramento is one of those teams. They don't rebuild, they reload, and have a great feeder program and really build these kids early on. And now Sacramento's become a destination, as far as to where if you're looking to, as far as developing your basketball skills.
And they became a charter school back in 2003. More of an opportunity there. The ball tipped out of bounds will stay with Florin with 1:17 left to go until halftime. It's now a 9-point Sacramento lead over the Florin Lady Panthers. And Florin offensively not really finding a flow. Conger's been has been the key ball handler, but she hasn't been able to contribute a whole lot so far. And this tough defense that Sacramento shows is pressure defense, and tipped over the top by Edwards, stolen. Durr going to try to split the defense, goes around one, cuts through another. Look at that. Oh, too much on the shot. Hernandez is going to clean up the boards, and that one rolls off and rebound to Florin, and Florin on the long pass. Set back outside and blocked by Durr, who comes all the way across the court to make that swipe. That is unbelievable athleticism by this young junior.
It was almost a 2-on-1. It was about a 2-on-1 break, 2-0 break there for Jo Smith. Jo Smith thought she had the entire lane all up to herself, but there Kaya Durr showing a tremendous hustle coming all the way down the court to make sure she blocked that shot.
Well, you know better than I would. I got to believe there are a number of Division I teams having a look at Kaya Durr as she heads into next year's senior season. Tremendous player on both ends of the court.
When you got a player like Kaya Durr and you got a program like Sacramento in the house, there's always going to be eyes, looking to see who can be playing at the next level. College coaches coming in and checking out the talent.
Another steal by Sacramento. Great pass inside and converts as Durr. Excellent pass in the paint. I missed the player, but it's 22-11 now. Sac High with 34 seconds to play.
Great job of running the break there by the Dragons.
Great double teams in the wing that I like to see from the Sacramento team. There's so much pressure on this defense that they put on. Hard pressure zone. Edwards used a lot of hand checking to kill the baseline, and a bad pass. Conger able to keep it in, but 10 seconds left, and they're going to get a half-court violation. And boy, Florin so out of rhythm right now offensively.
Yeah, that defense that you said really try to extend, push Florin outside of the key and looking for tough passes, those long passing lanes. And you could see in that situation forced a tough pass from Sampton to Conger. And Conger, late to get to it, stepped her foot on the timeline, and an over and back now violation for the Panthers.
Green back in the game for Sacramento for Kaya Durr, the three-point specialist. 10.6 seconds left to go until halftime, as Sacramento will set for the final shot of the second quarter. As Cormier takes the ball up, 7 seconds. You know they're going to get it to Green. Back at the Cormier. Cormier going to split the defense. Hernandez with a fake, puts it up. Final seconds, no good. And that's how we'll end the first half of play. Sacramento High with a 22-11 lead going into the locker room in this Division II Sac-Joaquin Section Championship game. We'll step aside for a few moments, get back to you for the halftime show here, and get you set for the second half of action on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from
He
Dion.
took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
Holy cow!
can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac-Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot. Kept alive. Back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
But this is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting it to Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own, shoots and scores, bounces a shot home. Coos can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it. A fantastic finish to this game. And, well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter sits under center. In their tight wing formation, Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run, breaks through, 4 tackles, and now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown, Imperial, on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side, and Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line, still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat, gets by him. Touchdown, Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run, his 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing, and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
Keep those Lowell fans quiet over there.
Lum sets it up for Pang. Long, it's out. Low, a magnificent 7 titles in the San Francisco section in dramatic style as they pull out a fantastic victory over a spirited Galileo Lions team. They win the 4th game, 31-29, and they take the 2012 Academic Athletic Association San Francisco section title.
Officials say no 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side, Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20 with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21-20.
Already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchon in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve, championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity, look for Wallace, no, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match.
Kathleen Wallace, no better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader.
25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace, 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the
arena in Sacramento, California. Welcome back to the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. It's the Sac-Joaquin section championship games. We're at game number 2. The girls Division II championship, where the first half of action, Sacramento High dominating Florin with a 22-11 lead going into the break. TC Wardell alongside Joey Gonzalez. And Joey, so far, it has been all Sacramento on both ends of the court.
Yeah, it really has. Defense has really made things tough here for Florin. Florin has had their opportunities and kind of keeping it close here. I'm surprised to see the halftime score here only on 11-point deficit for Florin. the Panthers have had their opportunities, but Sacramento doing whatever they need to do. As soon as Florin starts to mount maybe a comeback or get some momentum, Florin's there to squelch it right away. And, right now, early in the game, difference in shooting, close in shooting percentage. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Now taking a look at it, Sacramento only shooting about 32%, and keeping Florin, though. Florin only shooting about 17%. So very poor shooting here for Florin. A lot of missed shots at the basket, but another thing, too, is Sacramento's has knocked down a few threes. In fact, 3 threes tonight, where Florin's only hit 1. So Florin's going to have to get things going here if they want to try to climb back into this one.
Well, the only way you're going to win a game shooting 17% is by playing against you and myself and Brian. And then still it'll be a close game. So Florin will open up the second half with the basketball, trailing 22-11, just underway here in the third quarter. And another dangerous pass. Durr picks up another one. Durr's going to go the distance. Easy layup. And, boy, not a good way for Florin to start this second half.
No, Florin kind of coming out a little slow and unsure of themselves, not sure how to break this press here from Sacramento.
They're running right into the double team every time. And this time they were screaming for an over and back penalty, and this time Edwards is going to be called. No, they're not. It's going to be a timeout.
And I think a smart timeout here by Coach Price, and you can tell he does not look like the way that Florin came out and approached the second half coming out of halftime. You expect, if you're a coach and you expect your team to come out, being down 11 at the half, come out with some energy, with some fire, really some fight. They kind of looked lost starting the second half.
Absolutely did, especially on that first possession where they turned the ball over and Durr got an easy layup to make it a 13-point advantage here, just underway here in the third quarter in the Division II championship game of the Sac-Joaquin section. It's a beautiful day outside, although Joey and myself will not see the light of day today, as we will be covering all 6 games, crowning new champions in 6 different divisions here in the Sac-Joaquin section. And we hope you stay with us at playonsports.com all day and into the evening. Looking forward to that Division I matchup at 8:30 p.m. tonight.
The benefit here at TC is we may be staying inside all day, but we're going to be watching some great basketball, especially as we go on, continue to the end of the night here tonight.
So on the inbound play, Florin will get the ball, trailing by 13, just underway in the third quarter. Conger gets the ball on the inbound, walks into that double play. Edwards taps that one away over to Green, and here come the Lady Dragons. Green pulls up from the elbow and gets the shooter's roll. And it's a 26-11 lead for Sacramento.
You said it, Allie Green on her way to Pepperdine, going to get a smart player here with the high basketball IQ. A good job that time of
Green with a stop, Durr with the layup and foul. Oh, Florin has come out the second half just flat-footed.
Here I continue to heap praise on Allie Green. Comes up with another big play there, TC. But you were saying I was saying some big high basketball IQ here from Allie Green.
Pepperdine excited to get that freshman. Whoa, coming in and running off the court was a Florin player who seemed to slip.
And I'm surprised that the officials have not done anything about that. I've seen a couple of players as they're getting ready to check in, TC, slip over on that far sideline. They don't have a mat down there for the players to wipe their feet. Usually you do, and that's what that big NBA logo is with that X, is they usually get a mat out there so players can wipe their feet. It's not out there today, and it could be dangerous there for any player stepping on the sideline.
And the Florin player took a tough fall, but was able to get up and brush herself off. Again, Florin having all kinds of trouble trying to break this press of Sacramento. And finally across the timeline, watch your feet as Conger gets the ball with 11 seconds now left on the shot clock. Took a lot of time getting over. That one nearly intercepted again by Durr. If she doesn't play a guard for someone, she could play corner for some football teams.
Absolutely, yeah. 7 seconds left on the shot clock while Florin did a good job, I think. They found themselves difficult, stayed patient trying to break that press. They do find themselves down late in the shot clock.
And still struggling against this defense. They need to get the ball around and able, with only 1 second left, desperation shot off the front iron. Rebound goes back to Florin. Going to put up a teardrop from 8. No good. Rebound Edwards for Sacramento. And Green back on the run for the Lady Dragons.
A lot of shots falling short here for Florin, just drawing front iron, not able to get it over the rim.
Except to Hernandez, the freshman, back over to Green. Green at the free throw line and going to be called for traveling as she looked straight at the hoop. Saw a crease in the lane and wanted to take it, but took a little too many steps.
Yeah, Allie Green getting a little excited there. Saw the wide open lane, took a couple extra steps early.
So Florin still struggling to get the ball in the inbound. And this one will turn over on possession to Sacramento. Nothing going right for Florin right now.
No, it went off the knee there of Conger, and Sacramento going to be able to get this right underneath their hoop.
Green will inbound it in, and that one is stolen away. And a bad pass by Green as Florin goes on the racing across. Wild shot put up, no good. Rebound, though, to Florin, but it's going to go off the hands of a hustling
That's
Panther
Sampton,
player. And she comes up a little gingerly.
Sampton been doing a good job crashing the boards and hitting the glass and has had opportunities but cannot convert. She's had a tough time shooting. Sampton only 1 of 8 so far tonight.
Durr goes in like a fullback into the key, and ball's blocked away, but she is fouled on her way up. Again, she will go to the line to shoot 2 at the 6:03 mark of the third quarter, and Sacramento holding an 18-point advantage over Florin. Kind of quietly creeping up, that advantage extending more and more.
That's what Sacramento does. They start to, they keep it. It may look tight, may look close there in the first half. They really put the pressure on in the second half, understanding that the finish line is right there, just in front of them.
Well, Sacramento has taken care of Florin twice in Metro Conference play this year. They are league rivals, know each other extremely well as Durr hits her second, and it's a 31-11 lead for Sacramento. So no secrets between these two teams.
Yeah, these teams know each other very well.
And it's a good job breaking the press this time by Florin. As Conger now, we've got to work with 15 seconds to get her offense moving. Ball's back up to the top, going to swing it outside. So the shot up, no good. Edwards taps it away, rebounded Florin with a fresh set, and this time a fall away from 8 feet, no good. Edwards with the big pull. Cormier, good pass to Durr, look at that, oh! And can't convert on the layup, but she is fouled on the way up again. Durr spending a lot of time at the free throw line.
Yeah, got the elbow there on the back, on the lower back there from Conger. But you said it, Durr already. This is going to be, I believe, should be her 10th trip here to the line. 8 of 9 so far here for Kaya Durr. And what's happening here for Kaya Durr is she continues to put pressure here on the Florin Panthers defense, and that's what you always see is force this Panthers defense to make a choice, make a decision as she continues to drive the lane.
Well, Durr on a rare miss on a free throw. Still, Sacramento maintains their 20-point advantage over Florin with 5:29 left to go in the third. And right now, Durr, I'm not sure what Florin needs to do really to get back in this game with the struggles they're having offensively.
Yeah, it's hard. It's going to be tough to say. Other than you got to limit turnovers. You got to convert these baskets here that you've had at the rim, because Sacramento's not going to give you a lot of opportunities, and you just got to slowly chip away. At this point, you just want to get maybe get a 5-point run here going for Florin if you're Coach Price.
Oh, and a collision with Edwards and Ricardo, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm having difficulty reading numbers. And then Florin will go to the line to shoot 2. Edwards with her first foul.
Yeah, that's Sampton. Delana Stampton at the line, who's had a tough night, a tough shooting night, and continues to have a tough night now at the line. 0 of 2, 0 of 3 actually from the line today. Only 1 of 8 from the field, but an overall poor shooting day here for the Panthers. Only 4 of 29 for Florin.
Not going to win many games that way. Sampton, their leading scorer, struggling from the field, finally hits a free throw, and it's 31-12 Sacramento with 5:12 left to go in the third. And now Florin putting on a bit of a press. They'll go man-to-man across the board as Green relaxes the offense and takes it over the timeline for Sacramento.
Yeah, Florin's going to have to try to create some turnovers here, and you're going to have to get out there full court press.
Oh, beautiful shot by Cormier from the elbow. 33-12 Sacramento. Well, not too much weakness in this Sacramento basketball team.
There was not a lot. That's why Sacramento is always a favorite here coming into the section finals. One of the reasons why they've played in 9 finals.
Conger, a long shot, no good, doesn't draw iron. Attempt to save it doesn't work, and the ball go over to Sacramento.
Yeah, never really got her feet set. The Sacramento defender moved, forced Conger off for that 3-point line, and Conger kind of heaved a runner there going sideways. So it's going to be tough to find the bottom of the net with that type of shot.
Green's going to pull up. That one's going to go off the backboard, no good. Battle for the ball, and Florin comes up with it. That's Colvin. Honestly, I'll say it. Conger has not looked comfortable the whole game, either handling the ball or shooting it.
No, you got to give credit here for Sacramento, really putting pressure.
As Green tips that one away on a pass inside the key, and Florin will maintain possession.
Yeah, they've done a great job on Conger. I mean, forcing her to give up the ball, forcing her to make some forced passes and telegraph some certain passes. So give credit, all the credit here to the Dragons defense.
Andrea Butler, freshman into the game. Now you've got two freshmen playing for Sacramento. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Sacramento in control, 33-12. Conger with outside shot, and finally drops one for two.
Yeah, it was two.
I wasn't
yeah.
sure where that ball was at. Her feet were set back, so it's a 33-14 Sacramento lead. As Cormier sets up the offense, moves him around. He's going to put this one up on her. Teardrop, no good. As Conger with the rebound for Florin.
Florin's going to push.
And they do, and Sacramento was so good at getting back on defense. This time, good job, splits the defense, but can't convert the layup. Rebound going back off to Sacramento.
One of many short shots here by Joe Smith and Sampton, not being able to find the bottom of the net. It's been making it a long day here for the Panthers.
And Lady Dragons taking their time. 3:15 left to go in the third. 33-14 lead. This time, baseline shot for three, no good. Rebound's going to fall back to Florin. Good work on the boards by the Lady Panthers. But they got to find someone to pass it off to. And they finally find an outlet and across the timeline. They don't look like they're in sync offensively, and they really look like they struggle against this press.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of poor spacing, getting slow to react, getting to the ball slow, and getting their spot slow. And you can tell Sacramento's just a step faster here than the Panthers.
Loose ball, two to go diving for it, and possession arrow to Florin. Rather, possession arrow to Sacramento, excuse me. As Durr comes back in the game along with another freshman, Hernandez. Boy, they've rotated three freshmen into this game and into a championship game. Tell me they don't have depth.
Absolutely, and not only that, I mean, having this situation here where you're able to get your freshmen into a championship game really gives and says a lot about this Dragons team and gives the freshmen some championship experience for the following years.
There's Myers, another freshman, going to dump it outside to Durr. Durr drills it, and she is having a tremendous basketball game. 20 points rather for the junior.
Having a tremendous shooting night, 5 of 7 from the field, 8 of 11 from the line. Great night, actually. Check that at 6 of 8 from the field. Great shooting display here by Kaya Durr.
Conger gets bailed out on a foul by Hernandez. Again, Conger just putting it up. Not looking like she's got her feet underneath her, not looking comfortable with her body language. Just trying to make something happen for the Lady Panthers as they trail 35-14. And up to the line goes Conger, and she hits her first at the 2:25 mark of the third quarter. Jason Patterson awake again after taking a crash and a bit of a sleep there a little earlier. So Conger makes her second shot, and it's 35-16 Sacramento, 2:25 left to go in the third.
Long days here at Sleep Train Arena, Fridays and Saturdays when we get to the section finals. Well, 4 quadruple header yesterday. This time, as you said, a 6-pack.
Freshman shoots through the key and a rebound back to Florin. Well, Jason puts the sleep in Sleep Train. As Florin tries to push the court, and Conger
trying to looking to force something quickly there. Saw an opening, did not get her feet set. Needed to get that ball on the ground, on the floor, but took some extra steps there doing that.
Took a bunny hop in the pea patch, as Chick Hearn used to say for the LA Lakers. 2:03 left to go in the third quarter. Sacramento High in control, 35-16, and with the ball. As Hernandez, a freshman, goes up, hits the floor hard.
Yeah, bounced off of Joe Smith there. She was trying to go force a pass inside, left her feet, and just took slammed into Joe Smith.
Sacramento High doesn't shy away from contact.
No.
They're not afraid of it. They'll go into the key without any fear.
They are a tough team, and they really exemplify Coach Masseri's style of play.
Going against this 2-3 zone of Florin. Green with an outside shot. Try to get the bank. No good. Rebound Durr. Durr hits the ground hard. And there wasn't a foul called there.
Surprised no whistle there.
Yep.
It was a strong stop there by Jackson for Florin, but no whistle there, and out of bounds here to Sacramento.
Edwards gets that ball in the inbound, and Hernandez will swing it out to Green at the wing, and a high pass back to Hernandez, who's now playing at the point. One freshman back to another freshman. Edwards at the top of the key. Green's going to go baseline with this. Puts up a tough shot from a tough angle. Rebound Florin. And as Conger gets the ball. Is Conger the usual tight end? Oh, watch my
the
language.
usual ball handler.
Point guard, yes.
Point guard. You know, I'm not exactly sure from what I was understood and the impression that she's out there. She's usually the primary ball handler, but I think it's one of those moments. It's Sacramento defense really forcing Conger into some tough situations, some tough decisions.
Green shot, no good from the free throw line. Look at Edwards try to play the one-on-one game. Nice shot.
They need some more of that. Yeah, Florin needs more of that from Joe Smith and from Sampton.
Edwards trying to go one-on-one, playing that transitional defense at 6'4". But it's a 35-18 lead for Sacramento High. 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter for the Division II Sac-Joaquin Section Championship on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to PlayOnSports.com/SBP.
TC Wardell alongside Joey Gonzalez. Of course, Brian Hassler doing the producer work for us, and videographer Emmanuel Chin. It is game 2 of a 6-pack here today from Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. We are crowning Sac-Joaquin Section boys and girls basketball champions. And this is game 2, the Division II title on the line in Sacramento High, who's had 9 consecutive trips to the section title. This is their first Division II appearance in full control here with a 35-18 lead over Metro Conference rival Florin. And Florin right now, they don't seem like they go too deep on their bench. They go about 6, 7 players tops.
There's been only about 6 that have rotated in here today. They've got their 5 starters in Colvin, the only other player to get to see some action here for Florin.
And Green will take the ball under the basket for Sacramento as they attack on offense. 47 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cormier at the point gets a good pick from Edwards. And Cormier looks around, takes a little bit of time. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 36 on the game clock. Durr sees an opening. She's going to take it. Look at that shot, and gets bailed out. She's actually going to get called for traveling.
Yeah, she took an extra hop step right there and got whistled on the travel. But yeah, we're talking about the youth here of Sacramento and how loaded they are. Florin, despite they're going to be losing Conger and Joe Smith, will return a number of players as well, though, next year. So the unfortunate thing is that they play in the same Metro League as Sacramento does. So a matchup that's going to be tough here going for Florin.
I know, and that's a tough league. That Metro Conference is not just Florin and Sacramento. That's a rough league. I mean,
it is.
Florin, like you said, picked up 4th in that league and found their way all the way here as a number 6 seed, making a big run in the Division II playoffs with a couple upsets. But they're running into that buzzsaw that they ran into a couple times in the regular season in Sacramento.
Yeah, a lot of teams have run into Sacramento, that buzzsaw of Sacramento. Only 4 losses on the year, was undefeated in league play. Sacramento makes it tough for a lot of teams, so Florin's not alone.
And they play a tough non-league schedule, so some of those losses are against outstanding programs as Cormier just drives the left side of the lane and scores. 37-20 now, under 10 seconds to play in the third. Look at Edwards go out to the wing to play defense. How versatile is that, a 6'4 player? And going inside for the layup.
I believe it was, it looked like to me it was Sellers, yeah. Sellers there on the play. And as you said it there, was when they get jumbled up there in the lane, TC, it's very difficult to tell who's who based on the jerseys, the numerals on the jerseys.
I'm going to buy Florin white paint for the next game I cover for them so we can see their numbers. It's hard to tell with the maroon and black. Bad contrast against each other. 37-21, Sacramento High in the driver's seat with just 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Sellers at the free throw line. Her second shot is good. And it's now a 15-point Sacramento lead. As Garrett comes in for Sacramento and Edwards comes out. Trying to play some guard, what I saw with Alana Edwards. As they set up the inbound play with 2.6 seconds left to go in the third. Look for a long pass here. 1 second left, and they'll just let the ball kill down and the clock run out as we head to quarter number 4 in this Division II Sac-Joaquin Section Championship game. Sacramento High in control, 37-22 over Florin. As we head to number 4, folks, you're listening live on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
And I got to remember who we work for, PlayOnSports.com. So Sacramento High, who is extremely familiar with section title appearances, in cruise control here heading into the fourth period with a 37-22 lead over Metro Conference rival Florin that has been completely outmatched in just about every aspect of this game.
Yeah, Sacramento will do that to a lot of teams. You know, Florin had their opportunities early on, but the second half has really been dominated by Sacramento's defense and able to convert these shots and some great ball handling. Not to mention the game that Kaya Dur is having. 20 points today, 6 of 9 from the field, 8 of 11 from the line, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. Just a great job all around here by Kaya Dur.
Kind of player Kaya Dur is that a UConn or Tennessee or Baylor would like to have on their program. Good, great all-around player. As again, Florin struggling with ball handling, and they lose the ball again, this time to the freshman Hernandez.
Again, it's poor spacing there by Florin. Need to get out and space the floor a lot better than they have been.
Yep, three-point attempt no good. Green goes over the top to try to tip it away, but the ball will stay with Florin. As we are just underway here in the fourth period of the Division II championship game, Sacramento High with a 37-22 advantage over Florin. As the Lady Panthers need to find a way to get some offense going if they intend to make any kind of run in this ball game. Sellers now yoing up and down at the top of the key, trying to find some people. Again, spacing an issue, and that time just threw that one up and in. Scoop shot. Scores for Florin. I don't know how Joe Smith got that one through the crease, but she did, and she'll go to the line to try to finish off the three-point play.
Sacramento have done a great job here so far on Joe Smith. Joe Smith only 8 points so far today. And unlike the first matchup, the first meeting between these two, when Joe Smith really had an opportunity of some scoring, scored 28, Sacramento has done a great job here these last 2 games against Joe Smith.
Edwards logs in another block and a rebound. But Florin now makes a stop on defense and going right through the lane. Blocked by Edwards, her fourth. And now it's a Kaya Dur breakaway, and she'll just lay that one up and in for a 22nd point. It's a 39-24 Sacramento High advantage.
Yeah, Sacramento really trying to put the clamps on here and trying to end this one here for Florin, as they're converting everything, playing outstanding. Really picked up the defensive intensity here to try to finish this one.
Joe Smith swings it back over to comment. Block number 5 by Edwards. Block party for the 6'4 junior. Now Cormier swings it to Hernandez, the freshman, almost loses the ball. And they're going to set it right back up with the junior point guard. Pass inside to Edwards, a little too hot. And picked up by Florin off the floor. And here comes Joe Smith. Going to strip through all 3 players of the defense. Gets through and scores it. Whoa! That's some acceleration that young woman showed. Boy, I would have watched myself. And quickly back is Green to Edwards. Edwards in the key. Going to send it back out to Hernandez. Hernandez on the 3-point line. Perfect! That's going to be a 2.
Yeah, I believe she had her foot on the line there. But you said it, Joe Smith, she's had her opportunities, few and far between, but trying to push through here late in the game.
Well, she's taken over the ball handling duties. Conger goes to the wing, and now a high hook falls. Well, I'm not even sure what you call that shot from about 10 feet out. But Smith connects and will go to the line once again to complete another three-point play. Right? 41-28. Florin sneaking up a little bit here.
A little bit here, and that they're going to need this type of play here from Joe Smith. And I think you're right here. Coach Price doing a good job moving Conger out to the wing, making Joe Smith your primary ball handler, and telling and right in the back here of their leading scorer, Deja Joe Smith.
And Joe Smith with a free throw. Looking for scoring, 13th point for Joe Smith, and they get the rebound again. Joe Smith all over, gets a second chance, shot in, score it. Oh, is she putting on a show in the fourth quarter? 15 points for Joe Smith for Florin, and they're down by only 10 now. And they get the other rebound. Conger picks it up.
Conger needs a push.
And now they could drop this to within single digits. Sumter going to drive the lane, go straight up. Doesn't get the foul call. Turnaround, Joe Smith can't quite connect. Fighting for the board. Sumter there gets it, and now finally out to Cormier.
Price screaming for a foul there.
And they get one for Durr as Durr hits the turf.
Yeah, Coach Price really very upset there with the officiating. About 4 attempts there. You saw bodies flying all over the place there, TC. I don't blame him being upset that there was no foul there. But obviously the officials had the better vantage point than we do.
That is tough rebounding by Florin, really battling the glass on the other end of the court. Had 3 or 4 opportunities, couldn't convert. Joe Smith just fighting for her life out here. And it's only a 10-point Sacramento advantage. They have slimmed this lead to just 10 with 4:43 left to go in the ball game. But Durr will be going to the line.
Not sure what the delay is here. It looks like the lead official going over there to talk to Edwards. Not sure what happened with Edwards. She's huffing and puffing really hard, and don't know what the delay is, though.
You know, still 4:43. Clock hasn't started as Durr goes to the line to shoot 2.
And Kaya Durr has been great from the line. Only has missed 1 free throw.
Can't convert on that. As the lead remains at 10. Still Durr with 22 points on the game.
My mistake, yeah, she's actually missed 4. That was her 4th miss here, but still 8 of 12 from the line, so it's still a great percentage here for Kaya Durr.
Great percentage for any of these high school teams. As she looks for the second. This has gotten a little more interesting here in the fourth quarter as Durr connects on the second, and it's an 11-point Sacramento lead with 4:43 left to go in the ball game. And back handling the ball is Joe Smith for Florin. High pass, dangerous pass to Sumter. Sumter's going to make it shot into the key, and that one's not going to quite fall. And a rebound, and down on the turf goes Brianna Garrett.
Yeah, and Delana Sampton just having a tough go at it. TC, 1 of 12 shooting, and if she just misses, if she just makes half of her shot attempts, this is a much tighter contest here, and I would give Florin maybe an opportunity to steal one late if she was able to convert some of these misses.
And Florin hasn't helped themselves at the free throw line.
No, they haven't
either.
Yeah, Conger, the only person to have a great shooting night from the line at 6 of 6, but a lot of other missed free throw opportunities here by the Panthers.
So 4:15 left to go. It's an 11-point Sacramento lead. Cutting through the lane is Durr. What a great shot. Tremendous athlete. She's taken this game over with 25 points. 44-31. Joe Smith trying to make something happen for this Florin team, and this one punched away but able to get back again. She's trying to be a one-man team, trying too much to do too much by herself.
Yeah, you said it there. I believe she looks like she's just trying to put this team on her shoulders and cut this lead, and that's all you can do. At this point, you can't think, okay, we need to win this game. Just at least cut this lead in half. Give yourself a fighting chance as time winds down with 2 minutes to go. Who knows what may happen if they can get this lead to within 7, we'll say.
Back to the line, Joe Smith, who's been busy this fourth quarter. Misses the front end. Rebound goes to Sacramento. And time running down for this Lady Panther team. They trail by 13. Hernandez for Sacramento with the ball, swings it around to Green. Green not afraid to shoot it from any distance. They're looking to get it from the post. They do so. Good pass inside. And on the floor, no, they're going to, before that, they're going to call a travel against Brianna Garrett. And Florin gets the ball back with 3:38 to go.
Yeah, there's an opportunity for the Panthers. Joe Smith, I think Coach Price doing a good job of moving Joe Smith to handle the ball.
Absolutely correct there. The offense has been completely different with her as the top ball handler. Working to go baseline, and a good job, and a block. No, it's going to be with foul on the body against Garrett. That'll send Sampton to the line.
Yeah, Delana Sampton can't get anything going from the field. Let's see if she can get going on the line. She's only 1 of 4 here today.
Still time left, 3:24 in Sacramento with a 13-point lead.
Sampton, however, doing a great job on the boards. 9 rebounds, 6 defensive. So Delana Sampton doing a great job crashing the boards, but a lot of those missed shots are on putback opportunities, and she can't convert. She's had the shots, she's had the looks, but just can't get the ball to drop.
Averages 17 points a game. She only has 5 here as she converts on that free throw.
Yeah, within 11 now here, TC.
Got something going here as Florin can just try to keep this high-powered Sacramento team from scoring as we're under the 3:15 mark of the fourth quarter. As the two guards playing cat and mouse, Cormier and Conger. Sacramento using up the clock. Great play to Durr inside. Great plan play. Durr is able to hang on to it. Throws that one up, no good, but she's going to go to the line again as she's fouled on her way up.
Yeah, Deja Conger was right there, almost had her hand at it, but Durr just a little quicker to the ball, coming up with that loose ball and forcing Conger to foul her.
Really all-around game for Durr is tremendous. It's really something to watch. I have never seen her play before until some tape, and of course here live for the first time. Really no weakness to their game, inside, outside. Great defensive player, good transitional player. Doesn't get herself into foul trouble, make foolish mistakes. Again, I'd say a Division I program would love to have a girl like her on her team, their team. So timeout on the floor, called by Florin. 3:02 left to go in this final period of this Division II Sac-Joaquin Section Championship. Sacramento still hanging on, 45-33.
Folks, we'll have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. And taking a look at the scoring here real quick, TC, Florin has really been able to cut this lead. It was a 20-point lead at one point, but able to cut this lead by outscoring Sacramento 11-8 here in the fourth quarter. Need to get a few more stops and cannot put Sacramento on the line if they hope to steal a game here.
And certainly not Kaya Durr, who's been exceptional from the charity stripe here today. They have done a good job cutting this lead from 20, and at one point it was only a 10-point Sacramento advantage. Now it's an 11-point lead. Still enough time to make a run and make this even more interesting with 3:02 left to go in the final quarter. But if they're going to do it, they got to do it now.
It's going to have to be crisp passes. They cannot turn the ball over, and they have to convert those buckets at the line. I mean, not at the line, but right within 5 feet. They have to convert. No more misses there if you're Florin.
Yeah, their shooting percentage today has been awful, and they have not been strong from the line outside of Conger. As Durr's free throw is up, perfect. You expect nothing less of the junior. As now full court pressure being put on by Sacramento and able to break through it. Sumter is going to put it up and going to get called and going to draw a blocking foul against Sacramento.
Yeah, Sampton doing a good job forcing the defender there, I believe. It looked to me to be Brianna Garrett forcing her to foul, and had Garrett not fallen on the ground, there would have been a chance. That was really close. It could have been a chance where where Sampton could have been called for the charge.
Good opportunity now. Stops the clock at 2:54, and Sampton to the free throw line.
Yeah, she's only 3 of 6 today here, TC. She needs to convert both of these just to keep Florin here within striking distance.
Both Cormier and Edwards coming back into the game for Sacramento. And Sampton attempts her first shot. 2:54 left to go in this ball game, and Sampton wills that one in. And now it's a 12-point Sacramento lead.
Yeah, coming in, Delana Sampton only a 58% free throw shooter. So she needs to get the second one.
As a team, they're only 50, and she's perfect on the next one. And now it's an 11-point advantage for Sacramento. 2:54 left to go in the ball game, and full court man-to-man press. Actually, they back off it and stay with a man-to-man defense. They need to keep Sacramento off the glass and away from the hoop. Hernandez with the ball now. Hernandez in the long three attempt, no good. Rebound though goes to Green on the long rebound.
Yeah, got to get a lot of. They got to get those hands on those tipped rebound attempts.
2:28 left to go. 11-point Sacramento lead. Durr over to Green. Green swings it over to Cormier. Working the exterior. There goes the freshman Hernandez now at the top of the key. Taking their time, being very deliberate offensively. No rush. 4 on the shot clock now. And turns the ball back over to Florin. And look how quickly Cormier gets back on defense. Conger now is going to shoot a three of her own. Launches that one out of nowhere. Wild shot, no good. Edwards with the rebound. And that was somewhat of an ill-advised shot on Conger. Didn't need to put that one up that quickly.
Yeah, look for the open shot. I understand she having some confidence in herself and trying to seeing that she had the opening. You hit a three. It would have been a big three had she hit it, but it's one of those high risk, high reward type plays.
Hernandez holding it up on offense for Sacramento. 1:35 left to go in the ball game. Durr gets that one punched away, but goes right to Cormier. Cormier air balls, rebound. Sampton on the run. Gonna go right at Edwards, goes right into her, and Edwards just doesn't give any room.
No, yeah, Sampton just did not have the space to get around Edwards. Edwards doing a great job just backing up as a defender.
Conger going to try to put this one up by herself. Sampton knocks her to the ground. Edwards just pushes her down.
Yeah, trying to draw a foul, and that's what happens when you go up against size. Edwards not doing anything. She's just only going up with both hands. Looking at today here, as my producer Brian Hester, TC, points out, Edwards has 7 blocked shots already today, and has not been a big factor on the offensive end. But taking a look defensively, 7 blocked shots, 11 rebounds, 11 all defensive. So just a double-double without scoring. And only scoring, in fact, looking at Alana Edwards, she's not scored. Yes.
And only 1 foul.
There you go. So great job defensively here by Alana Edwards.
She just takes up space and just intimidates players that go in and around her. It alters everybody's shot that comes her way. Well, time running short for Florin. 1:14 left to go in this Division II championship game. And Sacramento High with an 11-point lead. Florin's been able to compress that lead a bit, but they haven't been able to really cut it into single digits. Conger has struggled shooting when she's taken the ball, and just not enough contribution from other players.
Only shooting 20% here this afternoon for the Panthers. And, give credit for Florin and not giving up, being able to cut this lead, this second-point lead, when it looked like second quarter, half lead, I should say, when it looked like it was going to balloon and get out of control, get out of the way here for Sacramento. Florin doing a great job of trying to climb back into this one to cut the lead to 11 at one point. In fact, yeah, they're at 11 right now. Have not been able to get any closer than that here in the fourth quarter, though.
Well, Sacramento and Green take the ball inbounds with 1:10 left to go. Green taking her time, bringing it across the timeline. Looking to get a pick from one side, decides to go the other side, puts this one up from the elbow, no good. Touched by Durr. Durr saves it, but it goes right to a Florin player.
You have to push the ball. You have to look for your opportunities.
Conger's going to try to take it herself. Throws up another wild shot, but Joe Smith there underneath the basket to help out and cleans up the glass and score. And a timeout by officials on the court.
Not sure if that's a warning there. It looked like it was a warning to Coach Price.
And he's been hot pretty much this entire fourth quarter. It's now a 9-point Sacramento lead with 47 seconds left to go as Sacramento will take the ball out after the Joe Smith bucket. And Cormier will walk it up into the front court.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You can't really argue about the lack of whistles. Florin's had taken 21 free throw attempts. Sacramento only 17.
As Durr with 27 points on the game, playing keep away as best they can. Hernandez, 24 seconds. Really, Florin doing nothing about it. Edwards big inside. gets her first bucket of the game. And
well deserved, and a defensive effort like that from Ayanna Edwards.
Brian Hassler screaming his opinion, and Edwards hammers that one away, and Joe Smith hits the plywood hard.
It's really hard whenever you go to the ground in basketball, but unlike a high school gym where you sometimes it's that you got that hollow floor, there's no give here underneath this NBA floor.
Yeah, Edwards showing good sportsmanship by helping Joe Smith back up. And it's going to be an intentional foul called against Edwards.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was a hard foul. And it's unfortunate that you can see Coach Massari not happy with that.
Yeah.
But Ayanna Edwards, it was a tough foul. But, you got to raise your eyebrows, wonder whether or not that was really an intentional foul.
Yeah, she really wasn't looking like she was trying to hurt or really come down hard on her. She just came into her territory. She brought her hands up and looked to make a block and happened to get some of the body.
There you go, Joe Smith. Joe Smith, whenever a player leaves their feet like that, and Ayanna Edwards has a size where she doesn't really have to go high, anything can happen.
And that's a strong girl. Even a small push
yeah,
will send someone flying.
I mean, I don't dispute the foul, but you wonder whether or not that was really truly intentional. At least from this vantage point, it looked to be a clean, hard foul.
Agreed. Green gets the loose ball for Sacramento. Under 5 to play, 48-37, as Sacramento beginning to celebrate their first Division II championship in the Sac-Joaquin section with a 48-37 win over Florin. Folks, we'll be back in just a few moments to wrap this game up here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you in one shot.
.316 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40.
And we're back here from the Sleep Train Arena in Sacramento, California. TC Wardell and Joey Gonzalez here in the the Sac-Joaquin section championship games. We've just watched Sacramento High win their first Division II section title with a 48-37 victory over Florin. Our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, Alana Edwards, 6'4" junior.
Ayanna Edwards.
Ayanna
Edwards, yes. We want to make sure, especially if she's our player of the game.
Especially if she doesn't come up here and take it out on me. 6'4" junior for Sacramento High. Tremendous game. 7 block shots. You caught her on the rebounds.
Yeah, 11 rebounds. And when you take a look at Florin's shooting percentage, only shooting 21%. Ayanna Edwards had was a big difference down there. She did not. Jelena Sampton, who's usually scoring in the double digits, I believe.
Yep,
I had her numbers here. Yeah, I had her numbers usually about
17 points almost.
There you go, 17 points a game almost. They're leading